What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. As you can see, there's a bit of a change of scenery behind me. We are not in the office today, but that's not going to stop me from filming a video for you guys. It's a beautiful Friday. It's time for a T3 watch rant. What would a Friday be without a T3 watch rant? I know you guys look forward to it all week long. You're like, please, please, please. So what am I going to be ranting about today? Well, one of the main questions I get fairly regularly is about my personal grails. What are the watches that keep me up at night? What are the watches that I have a deep burning desire to acquire? That rhyme was awesome. Woo! Well, I have a ton of watches that I would love to have in my collection. I have a lot of grails, and you know, I've been very fortunate throughout the years to kind of whittle away at that grail list. First one being the Cartier tank. I've always wanted a Cartier tank. I think it's just the quintessential sophisticated tuxedo piece, and my Musty Cartier tank is just a stunning example of one, so I'm very happy there. And then came the Rolex Bubbleback. I've always wanted one of those, so old, such history, just very uncommon, and the second I saw it, I knew it had to be mine. And then, you know, from pretty much the first time I really learned about watches, I've always wanted a legit Seiko Big Tuna. And when I got my SBBN 031 Tuna, I was just, I just went crazy. I was so happy to finally have a Tuna, a watch that I didn't think would be attainable. And then most recently, as you guys know, I knocked a huge grail off the list by acquiring the first Grand Seiko ever, the Grand Seiko J14070, the Cal 3180, just a beautiful watch. A watch that I'm still amazed is in my collection. Like, I can't believe it. And as happy as I am with those watches, I'm not done. It's just, watch collecting is a terribly addictive hobby, as I'm sure you guys are aware, and I don't think I'll ever be satisfied until the day I die. And as time goes on, I'm sure I'll upload multiple grail videos talking about the various watches that I really want. But for now, I've picked 5 grails that have really been on my mind for some time, and I think it's going to be a fun video. But I want you guys to comment below telling me what you think about my grails, and I'd love to hear about your top 5 grails. Let me know. I'm currently wearing my Seiko Presage Sorry 082, just a beautiful watch on a beautiful Friday, and yeah, why don't we get into the list? It's 4:06 p.m. Let's get down to business. All right, guys, so first up on my grail list, I wanted to come out strong, swinging with the Rolex moonphase reference number 6062. Guys, this is a gorgeous triple date watch, and it's incredibly uncommon. I've never even seen one in person. I don't know of anyone who owns one, and there's like not great examples of them selling online for above $80,000. So yeah, this may take a little while to acquire, but I have great confidence in myself. I don't know if you guys are aware. I'm sure that I will eventually acquire all the watches on my grail list. I'm not gonna stop until I get it. But yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful vintage Rolex. It checks a lot of boxes for me. Again, it's a vintage Rolex. It's a triple date. It's got a moon phase. I believe it's 37 millimeters, although I could be wrong. I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comment section though. But yeah, just a stunning vintage Rolex that I am excited to one day have in this collection. Okay, so the first grail on my list was from the 1950s, but this next one is quite modern. The Vacheron Constantin Vacheron Patrimoine Traditionnel 14-day tourbillon. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece from Vacheron Constantin. You know, out of the Holy Trinity, in my opinion, Vacheron is far and away the best. They consistently have beautiful watches in their catalogs, this one being my favorite. You know, I'm a huge fan of power reserves. This Seiko Presage Sorry 082 has a beautiful power reserve to look at, but this 14-day tourbillon has a very cool 14-day power reserve where each day is actually broken up in 2 12-hour segments. Just really cool to look at. And then of course, what everybody's looking at, down by the 6 o'clock, you see the gorgeous tourbillon with the logo put in there. Just an amazing touch, just beautiful. My eyes immediately go there to that logo hidden within the tourbillon. Just beautiful. This one's got a gorgeous display case back. Not a whole lot of inner workings to look at, but at least you can take a peek and see how it's decorated. Just an amazing watch altogether, and luckily Joma's shop has one in pink gold for only around $131,000. Ooh. Okay, so next up is a grail that kind of breaks some rules for me. As you guys know, I'm not very big into skeleton watches, but this one's definitely a skeleton watch, but I think it's executed quite well. I'm talking about the Credor spring drive minute repeater. This watch is beautiful. Now again, I'm not very much into skeleton watches, but this one, I'm just drawn to it for some reason. The jewels, the blue hands, the cherry blossom that you can see over by the 1 o'clock, and it's a spring drive. So just there's a ton to like about this watch. Definitely different. It would definitely be a standout piece in my collection. I think the only other open heart watch or skeleton watch would be my Jazzmaster open heart. But I wouldn't mind having this one in my collection. I mean, it's a 42 millimeter, so it's sized very well. It has a spring drive movement, which is incredibly cool from Seiko. It's a minute repeater, which just, I mean, if that's all it had, it'd be awesome. And you can tell there's a huge high attention to detail, and yeah, just an all-around very cool watch and a definite grail for me. All right, next grail on the list for me would be the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso 1931 Rouge. Man, this watch is just elusive. It's very hard to find. Back around 2013, you'd be able to find them pretty easily, but now, no way. Very, very cool watch. Just a simple red dialed Reverso. Sounds kind of silly, like why is this one so amazing? I don't know, but I definitely bought into the hype. That red dial, so deep and vibrant and just gorgeous and elegant. It's a Reverso. I mean, come on, what more do I have to say? There's not much to talk about when you're talking about this piece aside from it being an amazing red dial JLC Reverso. What do you want? But seriously, an amazing watch. And yeah, if I ever find one and I'm able to get one, I will pull that trigger so hard. All right, and last but not least, the final grail for this list will have to be the Blancpain 50 Fathoms bathyscaphe. You know, most dive watches are very big, very bulky. This is not that way. This is very much a subdued, stealthy, understated dive watch, but it's a Blancpain 50 Fathoms. I mean, you can't get much more historical than that. This is definitely a modern take on a 50 Fathoms, very, very slick looking watch. And it's got a display case back, which is not very common for divers. And I absolutely love this watch's black tone. It really toes the line between being sporty and elegant at the same time, and not an easy thing to accomplish. So good job, Blancpain. And another thing that's really cool about this watch is that it's easily the most attainable watch on the list. You can find these secondhand in very, very good condition for under 10 grand. So if I really wanted to gun for this watch, I could do it. I think there's probably some other watches I want to pick up before this, but yeah, it's nice to know that at least right now, this watch isn't totally out of my mitts. But yeah, very, very cool watch that I think is kind of underappreciated. I think more people should have paid attention to this watch when it was initially released. I know some dudes that I follow on Instagram have them, and dude, they just look so rugged. Just such a badass piece by Blancpain, and yeah, that's my final grail for this list. So guys, let me know what you think. What do you think about my top 5 grails? These are just mine personally, but I'd love to hear about yours. Please sound off in the comment section. Let me know, what are your top 5 grails? And guys, I shouldn't have to remind you, my 20,000 subscriber giveaway is still going on. I'm giving away a brand new Vostok Amphibia and a GearVest.com toolkit. If you haven't seen the toolkit review, click the link in my description below to watch that. I kind of go over everything that's in that little toolkit. Very, very useful for us watch guys. And part of that giveaway is to go and follow me on Instagram at The Simple Consultant. So if you haven't done that yet, please do that. And yeah, you gotta subscribe here anyway. So if you haven't, click that dang subscribe button. Guys, if this is your first time joining us here on the Time Teller channel, I want to say welcome and thank you. And again, I want to urge you to click that subscribe button. It takes 1 second. It helps me out a ton. And while you're at it, you can go ahead and click that little bell icon so you do not miss an episode of the Time Teller. There's just so much more awesome content on the way, and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people that you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.